Hello, my name's John. Some of you may know me by Toilet John. I'm currently playing Skyblock, but it's time for another episode of John Talks. John Talks. Today we're going to be talking about change and how you can't stop change from happening. And I'm not talking about the stuff you keep in your pocket. I'm talking about like stuff changing in your life, like people passing or you being in a friend group and then no longer being in said friend group, or your entire life view changing right before you. Like actively you're being challenged on how you feel and you get proven wrong and then you change from it. There's a lot of things I want to talk about and there's a lot of ways we can take this, so I'm going to do it bit by bit. This is something I'll ask you guys. Do you think people can change? And I'll give you my reply to it. I think people can change because I would like to think when you make a mistake, you can grow from it. But also, I think traumatic events in our lives change us. I don't think we're the same person after we experience that for the first time. I remember after my grandfather died, I changed a lot as a person. I think I was a very arrogant guy. I think I was a dick to most people. And then when my grandfather passed, I had to change. My mental being changed. I went through a breakdown mentally when that happened. And there was so much going on around me that I couldn't really focus on it. I mean, I remember when it happened, I couldn't really process it. And I remember tasting blood in my mouth. And I remember going out of consciousness like it was almost unreal, like I was in a daydream. And it changed my life, what happened, and it changed the person that I was. And other things change the way you are too. Like it's just not big things. And some people may consider bigger things, like smaller issues, bigger problems. Like let's say for instance, you're in a friend group, right? And then one day those people decide not to be friends with you for whatever reason. You have to deal with that change. Maybe you did things with them, maybe you hung out with them all the time, and then all of a sudden they didn't want to be your friend. So now you have to adapt. You were not alone, and now you are. And you have to deal with that fact, be okay with it, and not only be in isolation because all your friends just told you you're not our friend anymore, and I hope you die and go to hell. But you have to sort of get through it day by day. As someone who's experienced a lot of what I'm trying to talk about, and I guess reflect how I feel, I think it's okay for those things to happen. I think they have to happen. In fact, I think friendships are one of those things that come and go. I don't think every friendship lasts forever. And maybe you've been friends with someone for 20 years and I just fuck up shit. Or maybe that's just how life works. Maybe people just grow further apart. I mean, I have friends now that I really adore and I think bring a lot of value to my life. I have people in real life that I hang out with all the time. I go to bars with them. I go fishing with them. I even went to his kid's birthday party. I have friends, like we're even going to a concert in September together because I was like, I don't really want to go alone. He was like, don't worry, bro, I'll go with you. And I was like, that's comforting. I haven't had that in a while, and it was a change. And because of the things that happened to me in my personal life, I was put in a motion where he became my friend, and it wouldn't have happened if change didn't occur. And I think it sucks, because let's just say you're with someone romantically, and then they lose feelings for you, and you don't know that, and you love them with all your heart. You tell them every day, you do everything you feel like is right, and then slowly and slowly you notice them distance themselves, and they distance themselves because they realize that what they feel has changed, because feelings and emotions, they change. And sometimes you don't know how to deal with them. And so time goes on and they distance themselves until they tell you, I don't love you. I don't think this is working out. And I think we need to separate and not be near each other. And while they may have been able to process that, it's all new news to you. So it hits you all at once. I think there's a bunch of ways things like that occur. And I think there's a lot of ways to deal with it in healthy ways. When your heart gets broken, I don't know if there's a good way to deal with it. I think over time it gets better. And then I hope you like slowly realize that that person wasn't the right one. Or maybe they were and it just didn't work out. Like sometimes, and this is a thing people don't think about, I don't think at least, is that you can love someone and do everything right. You can be the best boyfriend or girlfriend or non-binary partner you want to be, and then the other side just be like, hey, I don't think this is working, and you're stuck with, I'm not good enough, I could have done more. And the truth is you really couldn't, because they already made up their mind. They made it up without you. I think relationships are more than just feelings. I think it's more than just being like, oh, I love this person right now, I'm infatuated with them. It's like puppy dog love, you know. And then 3, maybe even a month later, they're like, this isn't it, and they move on to someone else, or they stay in that position, and they don't really know what to do. I mean, I've been through a lot of shit, and I've went through a lot of change in my life. But the one thing I can truly say is that you can love somebody and them not love you back. And they can leave and then you still love them and that love doesn't go away. And I don't think that's bad, but I do think it can be unhealthy. I think sometimes separating yourself from issues can help your mental strength. There's ways you can seek help, therapy, and talking to other people to just vent and hopefully become in a better mindset where you realize that these things are not, they're not the biggest issues in the world, because change is going to happen whether you like it or not. Like, imagine you're in high school and you graduate and you're thrown into the world of, if you don't make money, you can't live. You don't make money, you're getting kicked out of your house. You're not making money, you're not going to be able to pay rent. So you're dealt with this hand of change all of a sudden because you weren't taught in school about this, and then it's all hitting you all at once. Or maybe it's something smaller, like maybe your dog dies and you don't know how to deal with that change. Maybe you've never experienced loss, and so that loss to you is the biggest thing in the world, and you just want to feel okay. But the truth is, you won't feel okay until time has passed and you're able to get by and by until you feel better. I think we're always changing. I don't think we're always the same person. I don't think we're destined to be the people we are. I think it takes active motivation and an active mindset to change who you are. But I don't think you're stuck in that rut. So anyone out there who thinks, oh, my life's so depressing, or this is getting me down, I don't think those issues or these things are permanent. I used to think that YouTube was the biggest thing in the world, and that if I fail at that, then I failed at life. And then I failed. And then I realized that change inside myself, where I stopped caring if the videos did well or if people watched them, because I knew that YouTube wasn't the biggest thing to me anymore, that things changed. I guess the bigger point, or I guess the bigger topic here is that, can you stop change, or can you deal with it in a more healthy way? I think you got to accept that things that are in your life right now won't always be there. I don't think you have to be paranoid about it. I don't think you got to be sad about it all the time or be depressed that everything's fading. But even our own lives, like, I'm 23, and if I'm lucky, I'll live another 50 years, maybe 56. And I don't want to spend that time wondering or waiting for that change to happen or being scared of it. And one day my family will pass, like my grandfather did, like my pets have, like I will. And hopefully I can leave behind something from the next generation and onward. Because change will happen. And when that change happens, all we can do is try to be strong. It's hard to be strong. It's hard to be somebody who can stand there when all this stuff falls on you and keep a straight face and keep working. I'm not saying be cold-hearted. I'm not saying that you have to change today, but life will change around you. And because of that, you will change yourself. I hope it's in a good way. And I hope when you do change, you become the person that you always wanted to be. You haven't failed. And there will always be times in the future where you can try again. I think we don't live forever. I don't think we're going to be on this mortal plane as long as we think. And I think in that time, we hold so many small grudges against each other. We hold so much hate and malice in our heart. And I just wish we could move past it. I wish we could stand in front of each other and know that maybe things didn't work out. Maybe things have changed. But that doesn't mean we have to hold bitterness in our heart. That we have to stay the same person. Change will happen. Change will happen every day. Whether it's you getting a job, whether it's someone's passing, whether it's you dropping a hot pocket down your pants, change happens. And all we can do is try to be prepared when it hits. I hope you guys enjoyed today's talk. Again, I don't know if anyone's listening out there, but I love you. I hope you stay safe. If you have any suggestions or you want to talk to me down below, I'll be listening. And I hope you have an amazing day. This is Toilet John, signing out. Bye, guys.